Hello, it is me, here to talk to you about the Kain in Cold War. I got a VTOL warship with it in this gameplay, so that's a cool reason to hit like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. I didn't get a kill with the VTOL because the enemy team hid in their spawn, so you probably won't see this in the video again, but there it is. Please subscribe. Y'all heard a little about the Kain. Let's get talking about the Kain. Not even going to directly compare it to another melee weapon in this video because you'll see in a bit. It gives me more time to show off this cool gameplay I got with this. So the first way a melee weapon can be different than one another is in their sprint and movement speed, in which, no surprise, the Kain moves at the same rate as all the other melee weapons in the game except for the E-tool. The second way melee weapons can differ from one another is in the swing speed. The Kain swings at a rate of 59 swings per minute. This is relatively slower than all the melee weapons that exist in the game right now, except for our boy, the Sledgehammer. Third varying stat is our animation time to kill. The Kain kills in 300 milliseconds. I've had it as low as 250 milliseconds, so I will give it a range here of 250 to 300, but 300 is pretty standard. This is what the combat knife currently kills at, and a lot of other melee weapons share this value. The fourth and final difference is range. Here on the screen right now is the standard range we use to compare all the melee weapons here on this channel. That's the combat knife's range. Our pal, the Kain, comes in at one step further. Now, if you've been keeping up with my content, all of this may sound very familiar, because these are literally the same exact stats as the Mace that I covered within the last 2 weeks. Literally everything is the same, even down to the inspect animation. It's literally copy and paste with just a different weapon. However, the Kain does not behave as the current version of the Mace in the game. Treyarch tends to change anywhere from one to several melee weapons behind the scenes every single time a new melee weapon is added to the game. Our friend the Machete has enjoyed multiple stealth buffs that made it the monster that it currently is. So what I've been doing recently is every time a new melee weapon is added, I will test it, analyze its stats, and then retest whichever weapon is most similar to the new one to see if anything has changed behind the scenes. I did this with the Mace, and sure enough, it was changed. Now, only one stat has changed with the Mace, and that stat is the range. The range is shorter for the Mace in Season 5 by 1 step, which puts the Mace at the standard combat knife range. Now, circling back to our newest melee weapon, what this means for the Kain is literally everything I said in my Mace video a few weeks ago. The Kain is not the worst melee weapon in the game, but it's not necessarily good compared to the other options that are available. What this means for the Mace is that it is a straight downgrade from the combat knife. It's literally a slower swinging combat knife, and this solidifies the Mace as the second worst melee weapon in the game. The Sledgehammer is still the worst melee weapon, and you should steer clear of that. I actually tested the Sledgehammer. It looks like the time to kill is slower than before, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole in this video. The melee community is already niche enough. You already know what you need to know about the Kain. If you came to this video wondering if the Kain is worth unlocking or not, honestly, it's not unless you are a melee enthusiast. If you are looking for the best melee to unlock, let me direct you to my melee playlist that I'll put on the screen now. I'll have it in the comments. I'll have it in the description. I've done videos similar to this one on every single melee weapon. Now, those videos are a little bit more structured. I kind of went off the rails on this one. I've also ranked all the melee weapons from worst to best, covered the stealth updates, all that good stuff. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, do it or else a spider will crawl on you when you will sleep. I am not lying. If you'd like to help support the channel directly, check some of the links down below in the description. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.